So the person who sent me the message, hold on, we're getting it organized. But
Okay.
listen, man, it's another beautiful Saturday, and we're here to connect as we always do. So that's what makes it, important, interesting, and all the rest of it. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How was the week?
Interesting. Very, very interesting week, Nigel. But before I tell you about that interesting week, I have to ensure that we are on. I have to ensure that we are
Yes,
live,
yes, yes, yes. Do your
so that
thing
I
whilst we
can.
try to ensure that we're
Yes.
on. And in the meantime, for those who on, of course, the radio side of things, good morning. Welcome to Connecting the Dots. As always, we're here with you every Saturday, trying to make sure it happens for you the best way that we can. And then we'll see what we do. I think we are right, Let's see,
Okay.
let's see.
So, but Nigel, you had to greet the family in different languages. Remember that, right?
Oh, that was the assignment?
So I think I said Assalamu alaikum. I said, did I say ni hao? I said any bonjour, bienvenue, and things like that. Como está? So what are you saying?
You have other languages after that, nah?
Whoosh.
To me, like you cover everything already.
No man, Nigel. There's more. There's more.
There's more.
Wago is one.
Wago, wago.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag is
Hey,
what?
Mabrika,
German.
Mabrika.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yes, and that's mine for the. That's mine. Yes, we'll have to go out there and
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa is what? Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Konishiwa.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Japanese, something like that.
It sounds that way to me too. But
Japanese.
but yes, yes.
Okay.
The rest I think I have covered.
Konnichiwa.
All right, Mr. Joker, no problem.
Okay. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome.
Yes,
Nigel, are we
yes.
on? Let's see what's happening
We
now.
on,
Yeah,
we on, we on, we
we
on,
on.
we
So
on, we
but I
on.
don't see.
Because yes,
Something wrong with
yes,
my phone,
Mr.
man, Nigel.
Yes, I just
What is
realized
wrong?
we're on. So Jokam is very early. He said he's having some internet connection, so please no detentions for him.
Eh.
So Jokam, you good? The part-time producer, he's on very early this morning. He says we that late, not him.
We that late. Yes, we
Yes,
are a little late, and
yes.
we are a
Okay,
little
Alvin.
late.
Okay, Alvin
Detention
Thomas.
for
Good
you
morning to
and I,
you.
Nigel.
Yeah, detention
Okay,
for both
yes,
of us, right?
detention first. Yeah,
Yes, we'll
let's go
accept
and
it.
sit somewhere.
We'll accept it. No
Yeah,
problem with that.
yeah.
We accept ours. Yes, we will accept ours because we were the ones that we were a little late this morning.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties here and there, making sure everything was right. So we're good now.
Yes,
We're
okay.
good. We're good. So good morning to all of you.
Yeah, and look
It's
at the
nice
time
to have you
already.
connecting
Look at the time.
again. Another interesting hour is
Yeah.
gonna come through.
Yes, sir.
Um, yes,
So
yes.
Nigel, let me give you a little story about this week.
Give me this. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
here
Give
I
me the
am on
story of this week.
Thursday. I'm sitting at work doing my business. So I got a call from the front saying
Right.
that someone is there to me, Nigel. I went at the front. Nigel, guess who? Nigel, my longtime partner, President Lily.
Hey,
Well, he always visits me. But hey, last Nigel,
I haven't seen President Lily for so long,
Nigel,
man.
look story. Nigel, Beth after Beth after Beth, story after story. We removed pictures. We had a good time. Nigel, I learned so much in that, like just about an hour. So Nigel, I remember I invited Lily, President Lily, to be a guest on Connecting the Dots, but I never went ahead with the flyer because I know Lily would be a no-show. But Lily has promised me that before the end of the year, he will come on the program. Well, Nigel, I know I'll be fired on that day when Lily comes because I'll be very unprofessional. I can tell you that much in advance. By the way, he always listens. So good morning to you, Lily. Well,
Yes,
Nigel,
good
I had a
morning to
ball of a time with Lily.
you. Had a ball of a time. Yes, I haven't
A
seen
ball of a
President
time.
Lily for so long, man. Good morning to
Oh
you, the
yeah.
president, the only president of Calypso.
Yes, Nigel, I learned so many things. I mean, I always get stories from Lily, but this time I don't know what, and Lily looked like a spring chicken still, at 70, 73 or 75. Nigel, good
Yes,
story.
yes, yes. Lily has maintained. So,
Oh
so
yes.
I
Oh
can
yes.
imagine the good time that you had with him.
Yes. So Lily, let me say good morning to you. He always listens to Connecting the Dots. Anybody
Wonderful,
on,
wonderful.
Nigel? Anybody on?
Oh
Anybody
yes,
on?
yes, yes. Good morning to, of course, Carl Kofi James. Greetings, my brother. Good morning to you. And of course, once you have people from Cassibris, it's only Cassibris people alone not gonna be there this morning. Hey, good morning to you, my dear friend Lauren Bannis Roberts.
Heavy.
Greetings as well. Of course, Jokam is here. Good morning to, he's already saying good morning to Lazo, well-known reggae artist.
Yeah.
Marvin Brady, good morning to you. Edwin in London, of course, always locked in from Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin say accept our excuse, so so
Okay.
so we okay.
Okay.
We get up the
I
detention.
see. All right. Thank you.
Of course, Alicia Griffith, good morning to you, my dear. And Bezo Coffee, good morning to you. And Alvin say you should have given us that story in Creole instead, man. You only President
He
Lily
papa.
Vini Vemwe.
Yes, he
Really
papa.
bam tout beffiteni.
Yes, tooth bath. Well, I'll try that the
Yes,
next
well, good
time.
morning, of course, to everybody who is locked on and
Yes.
locked in and connecting with us. It's nice to have you.
Yeah.
Another wonderful morning. So the book is already going. So good morning to all those. Good morning to those on the YouTube side as well.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
always appreciate you guys being here with us every Saturday.
Yeah. Every
Love
Saturday.
that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes. So we're going to bring in our guest soon. But just quickly, Nigel, as you mentioned, Castle Bros, I forgot to mention last week on the program that cultural icon, Damas Challenger, of Castle Bros has passed. And I know you know that. But I just had to say
Yes.
this on connecting the dots. And we were very close. Damas Challenger and myself. I would leave my home, take my family and a very close friend, Uber Raymond Joseph, and we would visit with him several times. So yes, rest in eternal peace. Damas Challenger,
Definitely.
he really contributed significantly to the cultural landscape in Dominica, especially the cultural heritage, the mouth organ. He was like a raconteur as well, a historian in his own rights, and a very jovial, very, warm person as well. So,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely so. Definitely so. So, definitely rest in peace and sending strength to his family as well. I worked with Damas for a number of years when I was down
Mm-hmm.
at the cultural division as well. So, yeah, real nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of the way he would tell you the different stories, he had his own special
Yes,
little way of
yes, yeah,
doing
his
it.
style of doing it,
You know.
Nigel. Yes, very warm. Always have a sweet talk to give as well. That was. Muy bien,
It was on
Anyway.
the pass a quick one by you.
Yeah, but no, lots of our cultural icons have passed, and in their heyday, they did a lot to develop, Dominica's culture.
Oh yes, and
And
we always recognize them for that. And we also, as we say that, we want to make sure that we can let people know, hey, don't forget to go support tonight. Uh,
legendary echoes.
yes, Legendary Echoes
Yeah.
for Dr. Alwyn Bully. It's going to be a wonderful evening. So go out and support that this evening. If you can support it, you can always log on online as well. You can see
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Find out the information. You can always view it as well. So make a contribution.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
make a
they say they're not
contribution.
seeing us. All
They're
this,
not seeing us, but my fault. But Nigel, what happened to me there this morning?
yes, they're not
Eh,
seeing us.
eh.
That is it. You see, all
Okay,
they
they
seeing
should be
is the
seeing us
beautiful.
now. They should be seeing
They
us,
say
but
all they
my
seeing is the
fault.
beautiful flyer.
My
Where's your
bad.
fault? What
My
happened to you
bad.
this morning? I'm to you this morning.
Boy,
You're detention.
I
You're,
don't know
you're
now.
showing
Lazo not
thing.
doing me that, man. As if I bazoo did it. What? Nah, man. I wanna come on, get yourself together, girl. Anyway, hey, talking about Lazo that doing that, Nigel, I got a message from Vado as soon as I send the flyer. I'm not
Tipper.
saying it, no. She'll have to say it on the live or say something. I'm not repeating that.
You're not
I'm
repeating
a
that.
bush the crush or that. Okay, so let's leave that there. Let's leave that there.
Look trouble now. Look trouble.
Yes. Mm.
Vado, good morning to you, my dear.
Yeah. Good
Good
morning to
morning.
you.
Good morning. Always nice to have you there, as always. And you'll be seeing your favorite person later on in a few.
Yeah, in a few. All right. Nigel, so it's time for the Dominica corner. And my turn, I remember last time you told me it's my turn always for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Whoosh.
Go ahead.
Simple way, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Name 10 local vocalists and or musicians that we have had on the program. That's so simple, Nigel. I mean, come
10
on.
vocalists and
Or
musicians you've had
musicians,
on the
reggae
program.
artists,
Let's
whatever,
see.
as long as they're
Reggae
involved in
artists.
music, female and
Local
male.
ones. All right. So
Yes.
let's go. So we've had Gordon Henderson. We've had Ophelia. We've had Mikael. We've had Carlin XP. We've had, I think we had Cornell as well. Yeah, we've
We
had
had
Cornell.
Cornell.
We've had Cornell
Cornell was
Phillip,
only called him.
Fingers Phillip. We've had Derek Ra Peters. Um, um,
We've had
we've had
Peaky,
Chubby. We've had Chubby.
Chubby, Peaky, Co,
We've had Peaky. We've had
Rabbits,
Co, Rabbit.
Greg
We've
Breaker
had
Banis, my
NC.
friend.
We've had Tronada. Greg. Yes, we've had Greg Banis.
So many,
Breaker,
so
Lord
many.
Breaker.
We had Bernard Terrell, we had Kyle Kofi James, we had Joe P. Come
Kyle
on,
Kofi
Nigel.
James. Yes. So
Yes, we had a lot more.
A lot more.
So, Nigel, I think we should pray and then bring on our guest, right?
We've always been
yes,
supporting our local, yes, definitely so, you know.
Let's
as
pray.
we always try to give thanks. So,
the prayer close, Nigel?
Heavenly Father, creator of mankind and the universe, we thank thee for the gift of life today and all the blessings you continue to bestow on your children. We seek your presence and intervention throughout this program, and we ask that you keep us connected always. We also pray for the success of the program, its coordinators and listeners, that they may find purpose and enjoy what we share. Bless our radio station and the nation, and may we grow to love and unite with each other, irrespective of our differences. All this we ask in your name, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. So
Amen. Special good morning to Rennick Thomas as well. I see he was locked on earlier. Good morning to you, Rennick. Appreciate it.
All right, so it's time to bring on the guest. That's the highlights of the program. So, Nigel, I remember when I used to do, it was Rhythm of the Day back then before we it was called Rhythm of the Day. So I was a young broadcaster then, you know, in my spring chicken days. And so I was known as a reggae queen back then. And in those days, I would have a stack of records and cassettes, you know, in the studio. And Lazo was always on my playlist. And that song Crucial was maybe overplayed a lot by me. Also Satisfaction Guaranteed and, you know, other songs. In fact, Nigel, I used to wheezy those songs. You remember I used to wheezy some songs back then? Yes, sir.
Yes. Long I haven't heard that word.
Wheezy.
It's to wheezy.
Yes.
Long I haven't heard that one.
So I used to wheezy the songs from Lazo. So I would have had an interview or two with Lazo as well back in the day. So later on, Love Is On Your Side was my number one, you know, my anthem really. So let's bring him on, this Castle Bruce native, Lazo, a musical genius who is still called, I understood, Mr. Sunfest, and he'll tell us why. He holds a political science degree from the University of Toronto. He'll tell us about that as well. So let's bring him on, Nigel. In fact, before we bring him on, your turn. Say something about him. Welcome him.
Say something about Lazo. What else can I say? I mean, reggae icon, but more than that, I mean, contributing to the whole development. I remember during after Maria, when, you know, I mean, we were trying to put together containers and stuff, and, you know, Dr. Jno Finn and others, and Lauren Banis Roberts, and, you know, everybody else was trying to get things going. And Lazo came over here, Florida, to help us pack the containers. I'm not sure if he remembers that. We were there in the warehouse, packing away and, you know, doing everything that we had to do. So that's another side of Lazo in terms of his contribution, apart from the music. So it's a pleasure to have him on and to welcome him. I appreciate it. And to, you know, connect with him and find out his story, his journey, and what he's been doing all the time. So, hey, morning, Lazo.
Yes, Nigel and Ivona. It's a pleasure, an honor to be here. You know, I'm very grateful for that.
All right, and we're happy for that as well. Welcome, man. Welcome. Greetings.
Yes. Thanks and praises for having me. You know, and I think it's going to be a beautiful time together.
Okay. Lazo is a spring chicken still. Nigel.
No, man, I look young, but I've been
Lazo
around
there and his shots and everything.
I've been around the blocks a few times, man.
Okay.
But holding it together.
Yeah, holding it together for real.
That's the important part of it, you know. So even before we begin the whole story of Lazo, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some people that you want to even link up and big up very early, right?
Yes, for sure. I mean, my good friend out in Barbados, Dexter Francis, and my friend in Houston, Texas, Jacinta Banis, my cousin Ben, my sister Merle, Aisha, you know, you listening up in Toronto, Hermina, and Sam, and Sty, and Bird, and Rocket, and Lauren Banis for setting up the interview. You've always been there, you know.
Lauren.
Yeah, man, big time, you know. So
have a guest.
just a few other folks I know who listening right now. Big up.
Nice, nice, nice. Big up to all of you. So, Lazo, I mean, we know you're Castle Bruce native. We don't even have to say that. We know you from that part of the country already.
Yeah, man.
Yes, yes, yes. I know it's the Castle Bruce thing. So, tell us a little bit about growing up in Castle Bruce. I mean, what was it like earlier years in Castle Bruce?
Yeah, well, it was interesting in Castle Bruce. Back in the day, I grew up, doing a bit of farming. I used to tend to the animals like chickens and all that stuff before you head to school, So it was kind of country life, and I think it was a good foundation, It taught me, the principles of hard work, and ethics, and how to treat people the way you like to be treated and stuff, And so it was really a grounding for me before I left Castle Bruce and came to the technical college in, I think it was 1973, somewhere around there. I decided to come to Roseau, So Castle Bruce was a beautiful experience growing up and learning how to relate to people and how to how to treat people the way you like to be treated.
Were you troublesome in school? Were you a troublesome guy
not really. They used to call me Goody Two Shoes because I was always in the front row. I was in the front row. So you couldn't be troublesome. I was a very studious guy. Very very studious. So I wouldn't think I was troublesome. Actually, I used to be at one time I was the prefect of the class. So I was into learning. I was really wanted to learn as much as I could, But the thing is that back then you only had the St. Mary's Academy and Grammar School and Convent and Wesley High School. You guys are right here. These were the only 4 high schools in Dominica. So actually, I was about 11 when I got to Standard 7. And I stayed in Standard 7 till I was 15 because there was no opportunities to go to a high school.
You stayed in Standard 7 till you were 15, from 11 years to 15 years?
Crazy stuff, yeah. I keep telling people about that stuff, because because what happened, I think I was supposed to see the scholarship when I was 11, but because I was born in March, the exam was in April. And then they said, no, you're too old because at 11 years old, you know what I mean? So sometimes I reflect on these things and look at it now, and I'm very fortunate to see now the students now have high schools in all the communities and stuff, So I'm really pleased to see, because it wasn't like that before, because trying to get to the high school was very difficult. Mainly I hate to say the bourgeoisies and these are the folks who had the opportunities to go to convent, and if there's a few spaces left, then the folks in the country get it. You know what I mean? So it was difficult back then.
Interesting. So I want us to go back to the community, to Castle Bruce, your boyhood days, growing up and all of that, being called Goody Two Shoes. In terms of, say, like holiday times, and what were you doing then? And I'm asking that because, Nigel, of course, I remember a lot of what Greg Breaker-Banis would have said and Laureen Banis Roberts. So I'm trying to tie this in as well. So tell us about, the community, Castle Bruce, Glue, and Jalousie, and all those little hamlets in that area. How was it, growing up as a young boy?
Well, it was fun, because we had there was a festival, I still happening, festival in Castle Bruce called Chenzawu, which means the 15th of August and stuff, and all the different communities would come together to organize, would have like games like cricket matches and soccer matches and netball and what about rounders, people come together for this, especially on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. So the different communities would really come together, and participate. So it was a lot of fun. We had like the 4-H clubs, which my sister, teacher Merle, and John, Dr. John is my brother, and people like Jess Interbanis and Ben, Jno Finn, and all these folks were the leaders of the groups at this time. So it was really fun. I'm not saying this happening right now. I think the kids nowadays, I guess, with the proliferation of the technology, people have no time because everybody's on their cell phones and but people back then we didn't have that, so people had to come together, and to do things and have fun together. And to express these things within the community, but now it's totally different,
mentioned Dr. Jno Finn, your brother. Which Dr. Jno Finn? Dr. Jno Finn, is that Nigel?
Dr. Jno Finn,
He was
yeah.
a guest on our
Yes, yes.
program.
Actually, we had him on the
We had him on
program
our
as well.
program.
Oh, yeah?
He and of course his two daughters, Sari and forgot the other one's name.
Alana.
Was
Is
it
it
Sari?
Alana?
Sarian or something like
Alana
that? So
Finn?
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes, of course he
was
played
a
football
guest.
for Dominica and oh sorry, are you not seeing Lazo?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're doing something there. We're doing something
yes, they're
there. It's
fixing up
okay.
something over there. That's
Yeah.
why. But you'll see me in a little bit. One thing, the
Yes.
people on the book, they're very quick.
Man, I know. And that's good, eh? That's good.
Yes, we're
quick.
getting something fixed
Any
up. So
little
you'll
thing
see
they'll
Lazo
tell you
in a
about
few.
it.
You know?
Technical glitches. That's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We're getting it sorted out. But the only thing is the entire Cassie Bruce is on. So let me just before any let me just say good morning to the entire Cassie Bruce community. Those in Cassie Bruce and out of Cassie Bruce. So today's Cassie Bruce Day. We've just confirmed that.
Cassie
It's
Bruce
not
Day.
connecting- yes, it's not connecting the dots. It's Cassie Bruce connection. That's what.
Well, I
they say.
suspect we have had a lot of people from Castle Bruce in the program, you know, already, Nigel.
We have.
Maybe because we
have.
started with somebody from Castle Bruce. The very first
Yes,
program
so
was
very
with Lauren
first
Bannis
guest,
Roberts.
of course, Lauren Bannis Roberts. You know,
Yes.
she'd go down in history as that. The
And
very
then we had
first guest
Greg
of
Breaker
Connecting the Dots.
Bannis, and we have to have him on again soon. Anyway, yes.
Yes. So as we get those things sorted out, Lazo, I mean, meantime we can hear you, so that's fine. We'll get we'll
Cool.
get that sorted out in a few. But yeah, so in that community, I guess things like going to the river and going to and pick mangoes and all that kind of stuff. That was part of the whole thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go sea diving. You know, we call it fishing gun, and go diving and catch fish and go to the river and crayfish and you know and dummy. You know about dummy and these things and yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun going to pick mangoes and you know and guavas and zikak. I don't know if you guys have that in Roseau. You know they call it fat pork and all these things. Yeah, this was what we did, man, for fun back in the day. You know.
So I know I want to mention some of the communities in Cassie Bruce, like Jalousie and Blue Glue, and so what community, what part of Cassie Bruce are you from?
Well, I was born in a little community called Tipier. It's part of the Jalousie community, but it's right down on the ocean down there. Actually, that's where Lauren Bannis was also born too, because she's a first cousin of mine. You know, two sisters. We are sisters, children of two sisters. You know, so it's a place called Tipier. You know, it's right.
Oh, Lauren, you get your story. That's that part of Cassie Bruce you're born.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, man. Tipier. Yeah, it's part of
And
Jalousie.
TPA is part of Jalousie.
Exactly.
Okay. What are some of the other communities there? That
Well, you have Jalousie, then you got Sen House, and within Sen House you have a section called Under the Snow, you know, which is and you have Lord Boar, you know, and yeah, as far as I remember, you have Lord Boar, Jalousie, Castle Bruce, Tipier, and
Okay.
yeah, and exactly. These are the 3-4 communities you have in Castle Bruce.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's interesting to have the different communities, but yet still everybody was still together. right?
Exactly, it was
Still
one.
together.
It was one. Yeah, it was definitely one. You know.
Nice. So you left, you stayed in grade 7 from the age of 11 to the age of 15, right? So that's about a 4-year span. What happened after? Where did you move to after?
Well, yeah. After that, I went to the technical college when I was 15, because that's the year the Clifton Dupini Technical College. That's the year that's the year I thought it came to Dominica. You know, so I went to see this exam because I actually. The people I grew up with in Castle Bruce, I heard them talking about, there's a lot of money in plumbing. So yeah, so when the college came, I decided I'm going to go to technical college to do plumbing. You know, so I went there for 2 years. I graduated from there, you know. But when I started after leaving school, I wasn't interested in plumbing because that's when I got into music. You see, we started the first band called Black Blood. And I just totally forgot everything about
Plumbing.
About plumbing. Yeah, I haven't looked back. Yeah, and then I got into the music because actually, what I really think about the music, I think had I gotten the opportunity for higher education, maybe now I wouldn't have been a musician. I think I would have been maybe a doctor, a lawyer, an architect, or something like that. Because I was very, very enthusiastic about learning, about education, you know, so music came to me as a second choice. really and truly, you know. Because had I gotten the opportunity to go to high school and then college and university at that young age, I think I would have gone in that field, whether with medicine or actually my mom wanted me to be a doctor, you know, so I would have gone in that field, you know. So that's how I really ended up getting into music.
All right. We're going to get into that musical journey a little bit, but of course, some of the classical folks are mentioning other communities, so things like Wind Blow and
Exactly.
Zambia.
So you know more than I do, man.
My Lord's Hill.
Actually, I'm living up on My Lord's, but My Lord's Hill is part of Jalousie also.
Yo, what the hill?
Oh, okay.
My Lord's Hill?
Okay.
My Lord's Hill, yeah.
Mama. By the way, let me just say to the people who are sending me so many messages I'm getting, Nigel, about the live. The web administrator is ensuring that things are in order. So very soon you will see Lazo again and all of us together. For that we apologize, but just stick around. The talk continues, obviously. Yes,
Nigel. Obviously we continue. So all you like to see people too much, or you know what we're looking like already.
Yes.
But no, we're working on the video side, and in the meantime we have the audio rolling, so that's okay. That's all right, you know. What else is talking about? Yes, no video, we know. Yes. All right, so Lazo, a little bit though about the technical college before you get into the music thing. So you were there for me for what, maybe about a year or so, and you just realized that it's time for music, or did you start the plumbing classes?
Yeah, I did finish. I graduated. But and then after I graduated, that's when the first band I got into was called Black Blood. That's when the band started. So I just decided to make a switch from there. You know, I just decided that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, I did graduate from the college. Yeah.
Did you do any plumbing work prior to that? Huh? Were you able to use your skills, your plumbing skills?
You really want to hear a joke?
Yes.
One of the reasons drove me out of actually one of the first jobs I had to do when I left the college. I worked a little bit for Astafans, I think, for about 6 months or something, like 5-6 months, and then they sent me to do a job. And then when I went to that job, they had a blockage in the toilet, and that's what. So when I got to it, I decided no, that's not for me, you know. So that. I don't wanted me to go to unblock this thing. I said, from that I said, you know, that's not for me. But maybe had I had some more vision at that time, I realized you don't have to do repair work. You could do like new installations and stuff like that, you know. But at that time, I figure if that's what it's gonna be, no, I don't want to do that.
So that drove you away from the plumbing thing. But of course, I mean, like everything else, you know, looking back, as you said, you know, if you had seen other ways, you might have gone through the other ways. But so music is what came through at that point.
Yes, I was I think around 17 at that time. Yeah.
What was the introduction like? Was it somebody that just saw something?
Well, yeah, I was living in Portersville at the time. When I went to school, I was living in Portersville, I think on Steber Street, right across. There's a policeman by the name of Blanchard. I don't know if he's still around. You know, at that time he had a house right across from me. So I was living in Portersville, and there was this guy who he was just above the street, just on the other side of the street, and he always had an acoustic guitar. And once he saw me, because I had a box guitar at the time. He saw me strumming the guitar. His name was Abbott. I remember Albert Etienne was his name. So he came across to me and said, "Hey, can you play guitar, man? We're forming a little group if you want to join." So I said, "Sure," you know. And then so I went with him. I went along with him, and then actually I was a bass player, you know. I was a bass player. I wasn't ready to sing at the time. I was a bass player. So and that's how I went with him, and then we started the band. Actually, the first band before Black Blood was called Earthquakes. With Cuthbert Elwin. I thought he taught at SMA for a while, you know. He was a singer.
Yes. Right. He became the principal. He died recently. Well,
exactly. And Connie Lugay was the rhythm guitar, and I was a bass player in that band, you know. So that and this thing muffed